Welcome to EL-Bethel Global News. In our last episode, we saw how the land of Israel is going to be divided in these end times, and the next event we need to look for is building of the third temple at Jerusalem. It has been repeatedly spoken and written in the media that the third temple will soon be built. Look at these heavy IDF tractors operating in Gaza, proudly and wisely raising the flag of the Holy Temple. Even settlers placed signs pointing to the Temple Mount and the Holy Temple on main streets in the occupied West Bank. Do you know that there was a synagogue in Jerusalem close to the Western Wall called the Hurva Synagogue? This synagogue was destroyed by the Jordanians. Twice it was actually destroyed, but this was the third time. There came a prophecy by the Jewish rabbis that when the synagogue is completely rebuilt for the third time, the third temple will soon be built. True to the prophecy, this synagogue was completed on March 15, 2010. Very hardcore Jews in Jerusalem, known as the Hasidic Jews, believe that the Temple Mount, where we find the Dome of the Rock, and the Al-Aqsa Mosque is the same place where Solomon's temple was, the same place where Abraham was about to sacrifice his son Isaac, the same place where God created Adam from mud. Incidentally, this also happens to be the same place where the Tribulation Temple is going to be built. The Temple Institute today has got everything ready required to build the third temple. Number 1, garments for the high priest, utensils for temple, the materials and stones ordered and kept. Number 4, the red heifers. The ashes of the 2 red heifers are viable for sacrifice, and it is mandatory to cleanse the people, to build the temple and perform the daily sacrifices. And do you know, October 7th attack by Hamas on Israel was triggered because of the arrival of the red heifers from Texas? According to Temple Institute, all the 5 imported red heifers are not viable anymore, and one of them was used for rehearsal. And do you know that 500 Levites are trained and are ready for their service? And the next one is the anointing oil. The book of Daniel predicts that when the Messiah returns, he will be anointed with the anointing oil. In the ancient temple, the oil of anointing was specially prepared with 5 ingredients to anoint the high priest. One of the 5 ingredients required to make the anointing oil was apharsamon. When Emperor Titus destroyed the temple in 70 AD, he burned the only 2 groves where apharsamon trees grew, and the apharsamon seemed lost forever. Skeptics scoffed at Bible-believing Christians as to how this prophecy could be fulfilled when this ingredient was no longer available. But lo and behold, Dr. Joseph Patrick of Hebrew University found a clay flask buried near the Dead Sea Caves sometime back with this ancient oil of anointing. Scientists have confirmed today that this oil is more than 2,000 years old, composed of the precise ingredients described in Exodus chapter 30 verses 22 to 26. The Temple Mount area has 2 mosques standing in the place of the Jewish temple. One mosque is called the Dome of the Rock, which only women can attend, while the Al-Aqsa Mosque is open only for men. The Temple Mount experienced an unprecedented surge in Jewish visitors from September 2024 to September 2025, marking what activists describe as a historic awakening among the Jewish people. This number is likely the highest since the destruction of the Second Temple in 70 AD. But during the Muslim month of Ramadan this year, Israeli authorities announced a significant restriction on Jewish access to the Temple Mount, and it will be entirely closed to Jews in the afternoon when Jews traditionally pray their afternoon prayer called Mincha. Mr. Donald Trump, as a president of the United States, is likely to lobby for the building of the third temple in Israel so that the Antichrist could enter the scenario as predicted in the Holy Bible. Ignorance at these end times is certainly suicidal and definitely not a bliss anymore. This temple, which is to be built for the coming Antichrist, will be the work of man. Mankind, like never before in history, will be tortured by the Antichrist, the one world ruler who is expected to take his throne in the third temple in Jerusalem, Israel. Read the second letter to Thessalonians chapter 2 verses 3 to 4. This tribulation temple will be destroyed by Jesus Christ at his second coming. Let's keep our eyes on Israel. Stay tuned for more updates.